promotion by the local fan base, by the media, and also because of the involvement he had, as well as feeding the kids with the government. Yeah, so he's been protected. Now, if you look at him in comparison to someone like Martial, Anthony Martial, he was compared with Martial when Rashford was coming through, because obviously Mourinho. Well, no, not before Mourinho, really. Well, in actual fact, it was Mourinho, because I think Van Gaal obviously brought him through, but I think Mourinho is the one that tried to alternate between Martial and Rashford. Now, as an actual player, I think he's a decent player. I don't think he's special. I think he offers a lot of pace, which is his main attribute, and obviously he's got an eye for goal. But I think what's happened now, is that, as I mentioned, so just going back to the Martial thing, Martial has always been better than Rashford. But the reason Martial gets vilified by fans and by the media is purely because Martial's foreign. Like there's no two ways about it. It's because he's foreign, and to add it onto that as well is because, bearing in mind they're both black as well. The difference is because Rashford's a black English and he's from Manchester, Martial's black and foreign. So, as many people will know, the foreign players will get more criticism than the English. Yeah. So with Rashford now, the fact that Rashford is on the big money, he's the highest paid player at the club now. He's been made the face of the club. It's basically like open season. But as I said, people that know me will know that I've not been Rashford's biggest fan. I've always said that he's been hyped up to a level that he has never been on. And they're trying to push him still. So the fact that United didn't see this coming, it was more of a brand deal, if anything, because Rashford's the face of the club. What's happened now is that he's been given the big contract, and it's a case now where, because this fan base are now trying to push through Garnacho, who, in my opinion, is poor. He's just a basic player, he's just a basic player that shows intent to run with the ball. But what's happened now is that because Garnacho has got a lot of Ronaldo's fans, Cristiano Ronaldo's fans, and he's come through the youth. What's happened now is that they're trying their best to try and push this guy through, and unfortunately, Rashford now is going to be used as a scapegoat, and we all know why that is. Yeah, if you look at the pattern, you know what I mean. They've done the same thing with Pogba. Yeah, tried to put Bruno Fernandes over Pogba. Now they're doing it with Højlund over Martial. Yeah, and not one of them players. Bruno's not better than Pogba. Højlund's not better than Martial. Yeah, and now they're trying to do the same thing with Garnacho. Yeah. Now there's a pattern that's going on, and I've been saying this for years. Obviously, I've not had a platform to kind of voice my opinion, but even on Twitter, like I've always put in certain things on there where, I never come on Twitter to be to have debates. To have debates, I come on for a proper football chat, which you don't really get on there anyway. But I've always mentioned that Man United as a club, and hopefully it's going to change now because of new owners in. But this fan base has a preference to, basically, let's just call it what it is. They have a preference to white foreign players or white English players over the black foreigners. Yeah. And if you're a black English player, you're going to get given a bit of leeway until they find the next toy to come in and take over. And this has been going on for ages. Kobbie Mainoo now is a new one. And Kobbie Mainoo's come through the youth, so he'll get given the same protection that Rashford has got, but until someone else comes in, and obviously Kobbie's not performing, he'll get given the same treatment. So for me, Rashford getting criticism now, it was always going to come, and the fact that he's not at the level that these so-called local fans and the media have tried to build him up to, they're now trying to start on saying that his attitude and he's going out partying, like all this other nonsense, which is silly. but as I said, I've been saying this for time. You know, there's so many issues that I've been aware of that it's weird that it's actually coming to light. You know, and yeah. So as I said, yeah, Rashford for me, he isn't the player they think he is, but in terms of the actual criticism he's getting now is unjust, and it's only because they're trying their best to push through Garnacho. You know what I mean? And it's a joke because Garnacho, whether people like it or not, yeah, I'm someone that's played football. I've been at professional clubs. I've played for Chelsea and Tottenham, obviously as a youth player. I've been on the receiving end of criticism in terms of coaches back then will say about they couldn't really relate to someone like myself, who's a flamboyant kind of player. And then they probably will touch on attitude and stuff like that. So this is why I'm kind of, you know, sticking up in the center for the Rashford's case, because this is nothing short of just trying to make an example of him, you know, to push through another player. And as I said, yeah, I'm someone that's very strong against these kind of things. You know, there's been so many examples. As I said, I mentioned Pogba, I mentioned Martial, even someone like Fred. You know, and you've got someone like Amad Diallo, who you know, how Amad Diallo is not playing is another joke. And it's a case where he might be on the receiving end as well, because no doubt it's going to be fans that are going to have something to say against Amad Diallo sooner or later when he starts playing. And to be honest with you, this has to stop, you know, because, you know, it shouldn't be about like I don't want to make it about race and nothing like that, because football's not that. But unfortunately, and just the kind of personality that I am, I have to call it what it is, you know. And Rashford's getting the hate now is because they finally realised that he's black. Let's be honest. They've actually finally realised that. So and as I said to you, because he's the highest paid player, it's a bit of a thing where they don't want to see a guy like that that's on that amount of money at the biggest club in the country. So they're gonna just try and find ways to try and knock him down, you know, which is a joke. Let's be honest. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say, really. You know, Man United obviously have got new owners now. They've brought in Omar Barada from Man City. Looks like a very good appointment. I just hope Man United do what I hope they do what's expected of them in terms of bringing in the right people, bringing in the right players. You know, getting rid of the players that basically have been mainstays in the team, which has been the biggest problem. You know, I done a keep, sell, or last chance a couple of weeks back from the players that I would keep, and obviously I know a lot of people won't have the same opinion, but I'm saying it purely from an aspect of wanting to see good football and removing certain players that this fan base seem to think are good, and they're the ones that are actually holding the team back. You know, I look at the team now that Ten Hag's going to play. If I'm honest with you, some of the players that have come back, which are big players, i.e. Casemiro. But if I'm honest with you, this team are going to suffer more losses, because whether people like it or not, the actual quality of the team is not there. You know, if you look at the front three, for instance, that he's looking to play, Garnacho, Rashford, and Højlund, that's poor. That ain't good enough. You know what I mean? It's just got legs, but a lack of quality. You know, and out of all three of them, Rashford's the best out of all three of them. But even Rashford's not even the level that you would suppose of a Man United striker, a Man United left winger. You know, so yeah, like it's a joke, man. But I think the team he's going to go with over the majority of the season, you can see where it's going to be. He's going to play Onana in goal. He's going to go with I believe Dallo at right back, but the thing is, because the manager is trying to hold on to his job, he might even go with Wan-Bissaka because Wan-Bissaka is a defensive fullback. But it remains to be seen because Dallo has been playing well as of late. Then he's going to go for the Varane and Lisandro Martinez. But then don't be surprised if you see Harry Maguire back in for a Varane, you know what I mean? Or you might see him rotate with Lisandro. And then obviously he's going to play Luke Shaw at left back. The midfield, he's going to play Casemiro. I believe he's lost Casemiro. Casemiro is a winner. And I believe him and Varane can see that this is a sinking ship, which is, as I said to you, going to be on its way back with the appointment of Barada. But I think just how certain players have been treated there, i.e. Martial and Sancho, who's going to on loan. These two, they're professionals, but they're not the manager. And then for me, Kobe Minu should start every game, but they might look at the age thing and think, we need to take him in and out of the game, and then he'll be playing probably a McTominay next to him, or even Eriksen, which I don't know why Eriksen's playing deep line midfield anyway. And he's going to play Bruno in the 10. I mean, this guy's the biggest problem at the club. I don't care what anyone says. He's a major reason at this club why this club is failing, because for some reason he's been given the keys to the kingdom and he ain't good enough, and he's been made captain as well, which is a disgrace. And he's going to play Garnacho from the right, Rashford from the left, and Højlund. As I say, that front three there ain't going to be doing much. They might get the odd game, but over the duration of the second half of the season against the best teams, these three ain't going to do nothing. Just look at the Tottenham game. Destiny Udogie had Garnacho in his pocket. You know what I mean? And this is the guy that they're trying to push forward, which is a disgrace. I want to see Christian Eriksen as well. I want to see Christian Eriksen in the 10. He's actually a number 10. I want to see Eriksen in the 10 and Bruno. Like, if you got anything about you as a manager, just drop Bruno. Like, put him on the bench. He ain't the guy you think he is. And me for one, I hope next season. I hope Bruno's first and foremost. I hope he's removed as captain, and I hope that he's removed from the lineup. Me personally, I would sell him. I would sell him as quick as I can. Or if there's no chance of selling him, let him know that he's not first choice. Because as long as this guy is first choice, expect Man United to be going nowhere. As long as they're trying to push Garnacho to be first choice, expect Man United to be going nowhere. As long as Scott McTominay's at the club, expect Man United to be going nowhere. As long as they want to try and push Rasmus Højlund to be the main striker, expect Man United to go nowhere. As long as Luke Shaw continues to get a bypass, because this guy's injured all the time, as long as they bypass Luke Shaw's injuries and keep wanting to play him, expect the club to continue. Expect the decline to continue, and that's it really, So hopefully, these things change in the summer. Obviously, Man United are playing tomorrow against Newport County in the FA Cup. You'd expect a result. Wouldn't surprise me really if United scraped to a 1-0 win or a 2-0 win. For me, you have to be beating teams like that with the amount of money that's been spent on the squad. 5-0 minimum. That's what I mean. City would beat them 5-0 minimum. Liverpool would probably do them 5-0 minimum. So I expect that of Man United tomorrow. Will it happen? Remains to be seen. But as I said, they should get the victory, but I can't really see it being that comfortable. And then obviously you got the Wolves game. I believe is on the Thursday. So some football coming up, man. So I'm looking forward to it because for me personally, the quicker this manager is sacked, the better, and we can move forward. Just touching on the Rashford thing before we finish. I don't believe Rashford should be getting the criticism he does. And I say to you, I've given you my reasons as to why he is. But as I say, Rashford, will he get sold in the summer? It's unlikely because of the wages that he's on. Would I sell him? If I was going to bring in Vinicius Jr., if I was going to bring in a João Felix to play on that left-hand side, or anyone of that quality, but I think those two are probably the outstanding ones, then yeah, I would sell Rashford. But as it is now, club have given him that contract, and they're gonna have to justify why they're giving that contract. For me personally, as I've said, the front three for me would be I'll give Martial a new contract, no doubt. If you look at the striker market out there, there ain't no strikers that's better than Martial. And I believe under a better manager that wants to play football, you're going to see the best of him, you know. But obviously his contract's running down. I'm hoping the club give him a new contract under a new regime, and then they start to play a team that's going to play cohesive football. Now the front three that I would play for me is easy. I'd play Sancho from the left, I'd play Amad Diallo from the right, and play Martial as the main striker. You've got creativity there, you've got goals there, you've got assists there, and then the midfield behind it. I'd go and get a number 10 in the summer. I would, or if you want to play free in midfield with a DM, deep line midfielder, and two attacking box to box midfielders, the options are there. But I think in terms of the strike force, you can't be going into next season with Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, Anthony as three that would be starting. No way. As I said, with Rashford, if he's going to stay at the club, I would, I would alternate him. You know what I mean? Let him fight for his place on the left-hand side with Sancho, because Sancho hopefully comes back and has to be given the chance to play, you know? But yeah, it's going to be interesting anyway. But I suppose what we got to do is wait to the end of the season and then just see what happens. So yeah, that's that, people. So yeah, hope you guys like the video. As I said, if you've got any comments, any other opinions, you know what I mean, make sure you throw them in. I'm going to be back on Monday with another video. But yeah, be sure to smash a like on my channel. Gav Goes In, and keep subscribing, keep tuned in to see the more content that I'm gonna be putting up. As I said, like, you know, the content that I want to produce is a no holds barred conversation where, you know, I believe that these conversations need to be had, which is the honest truth, whether people like it or not. So yeah, man, thanks for watching the video. I say don't forget to like it, and I'll see you guys soon.